Hi, it's Brittany with Turtle Burger Crochet and Knitting Podcast. Thank you for joining me for episode 8. All show notes, patterns, everything will be linked down below. So let's get into it. I actually have quite a few finished objects. So the first one that I'm going to share is I finally, it's been since the end of November, but I finally finished Turtle's rice socks. So these turned out so cute. It's coming out much more rust color, but this is Karen Simply Soft in the color Autumn Red. I made the adult small. It has the garter panel, and of course I messed up right in the middle. I get into a groove and forget what I'm doing, I guess. So I had to do that on the second sock as well. I worked these toe up magic loop. I used I believe it was 3.25 millimeter needle. I can't remember, but I think that's what it was. They are so cute. I can't wait for him to be able to wear them. I'm sure he hasn't been like totally expecting them, but he was excited when I told him I finished. Let's see. Okay, and the next thing kind of started a spiral of dishcloths. So I finished the February dishcloth of the month from the Kitchen Sink shop. This is her Home is Best dishcloth. It is the Kitchen Sink shop has an email dishcloth pattern club where the first of every month she sends you a free pattern to your email, and this year all of the patterns are based off of her favorite books and characters and things, and this one was from Little House on the Prairie called Home is Best. And after I did that one, I liked it so much. Oh, let me tell you about the yarn. I used Walmart's Mainstays 100% cotton in the color blue shell, and this yarn for me has been a game changer. I think the go-to, at least for me, has always been Peaches and Cream, and I crochet with it fine, but I found out last year actually, and even this year a little bit, that when I knit with it, it really hurts my hands, and I think it's because you're using a much smaller needle. These are worked on a 3.25 millimeter needle, and I thought this is just not an enjoyable experience. So I ripped out the Peaches and Cream and decided to try this. I had not used it before, but I had bought 4 skeins at Walmart a while back, and I like this so much. It is so stretchy and soft, and once I finish all the Peaches and Cream that I have, I won't buy it again. I will be using this, the Walmart brand. So after I made that one, I decided, last year I subscribed to the Pattern Club. That was the first year I'd found out about it, but then I didn't keep up with this. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to go back and do, because I finished this within 6 days, which was really fast for me. I thought it would be fun to go back to last year's, the corresponding month. So it would have been, I made February's, so I went back to January of 2021 that I didn't do, which was the Icicles Dishcloth. I thought it'd be fun to kind of do those together. So that's what I did. This also worked out really quick. Oh, I got an end right there. Turn around here. This is the Icicles Dishcloth. This was the 2021 January pattern for Kitchen Sink shop. Get a little closer there. And again, it's called Icicles. This is the same Walmart Mainstays in blue shell. And once I finished that one, I thought, I am really liking making dishcloths. But I, didn't think much more about it. And then Kay, the crazy sock lady, was talking about her dishcloths that she kind of keeps on her needles. And I don't remember if she showed them or if she just talked about them. But anyway, she makes the, it's called Grandma's second favorite dishcloth. and it's basically just your traditional dishcloth, but without the border with the holes in it, which my husband and I agreed we found those a little annoying, because we have a lot of these that have been made for us. And so I thought I'd give this one a try. I really, really like it. And for this yarn, I used Peaches and Cream Stripey. Now, this is a very soft yarn. I would use this. I don't think I'll use it for dishcloths though, because it's a more, you don't get as much, and so it makes it a little more less cost effective. But I would use this for different projects. But I will say that you have to be careful with gauge on it, because I did a tutorial a while back for my Crumpled Griddle cup cozy. I'll link that below. And I used this stripey yarn, and it turned out much smaller than what my normal cozy. I did the exact pattern, of course, on the tutorial, but it turned out much smaller. So I would use this, but it would have to be, you have to be careful with the gauge on it. The other thing, and the reason why I liked the Grandma's second dishcloth pattern is I'm not going to say the designer, but kind of reworker of the pattern. She wanted it to be symmetrical. She mentioned her OCD, and I was like, I'm totally down with that, because I need it to be symmetrical. So I worked it up. It works at a diagonal. You start here, and it goes, and you end up here. The problem I have with it, and this is not blocked, so that could be part of my problem, is it ends up in this point. I do not care for that. Now, if you're going to hang it up like this and just leave it, that's fine. It wouldn't really matter. And I guess overall it doesn't matter anyway. It's just a dishcloth. But I would really like a way to fix that. So if you know how I can do that, please leave me a comment below, because that kind of drives me nutsy. Anyway, so after I made that one, I thought, I really like this pattern. I'm going to make another one. So what I did was got the rest of that Walmart blue shell, and I thought, I weighed it. It was exactly an ounce, but I must have been on the lower end of the ounce. I don't have a scale that does grams, because I ran out of yarn. So I started here, and I went, and I'm on the decreases, and I thought, oh no. So I had to fill in with some Peaches and Cream in the color Summer Breeze, but I don't think it turned out bad. I really don't. So here's what I'm thinking. Not with these dishcloths, because they were kind of like my testers. I don't like doing the first of anything like this, but I looked on Etsy, and the dishcloths have always been made for us by my mother-in-law. She's always, supplied us with these, and we use them, and I enjoy them. But I didn't really think other people bought them online, but apparently they do. There was a whole section of Etsy on them. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do sets of the patterned dishcloth. All the ones on Etsy that I found were primarily, the typical dishcloth. So I thought it would be fun if I made up 2 of any of the patterned dishcloth patterns, and then include a third of just a regular one. So it's kind of like a set. And I also, dishcloths in the past couple of weeks have become almost like socks for me. I always want to have one on my needles at this point. So I also think it would be fun to just have a box, or some kind of container of dishcloths that I make, and it's always a ready-made gift if I need any. So that's that. Really enjoyed those. I like those so much. I will link the kitchen sink shop. She doesn't have a website. She is on Ravelry, but she does have a link tree with a sign up for her subscriber newsletter, because that's who gets the patterns. If you want to wait till the end of the month, you can. She puts them for free on Ravelry, but if you want to participate in the, it's just a fun little make along. Everyone shows their dishcloths on Ravelry. It's kind of fun. Okay, so my only work in progress at the moment, I am really trying to finish by the end of the month, is my green shawl by Tin Can Knits. I feel like I've had quite a bit of progress. This is where I was on episode 7, and I've gotten all the way here, which I don't know how long that is, but considering that every other, sorry, my yarn's being all crazy over here, but considering you're increasing 4 stitches every other round, I feel like that's a lot of progress. So let's do it like this. And I'll be honest, I feel like this is taking forever, and I think it's because I'm ready to move on to other projects. But I really like this. I am using, I don't like using any of my good yarn for patterns I've never made before, even if it's a basic pattern. So I am using Red Heart Super Saver in the color Sea Coral, and it's an ombre, I'm sorry, Red Heart Super Saver ombre in the color Sea Coral. So it started out down here with this kind of lighter color, and I'm finally getting in to some dark color changes, and then I think it goes back to kind of a color in between these two. So that's kind of fun, and I would like to be able to wear this. It's worsted weight, so it's going to be heavier. It may have to wait till, you know, next fall/winter. And that is all I have right now, because I am wanting to make Little Lady, it's called a Goldfish Cardigan by Tin Can Knits. I'll insert a picture, you know, over here somewhere. It is super cute. I will be using, I don't know if you can see it, the cardigan itself will be this purple yarn, which is, it's a DK weight. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's just a commercial brand. And then like I said, I bought the pattern today, so I'm going to gauge swatch and then maybe use this pink, which is Karen's Simply Soft in the color Strawberry. But it's a size 4, so I don't know if it'll work. I'm going to gauge for it, and I'm kind of thinking, A, I don't want to buy more yarn, but B, when I did the test knit, my first time doing like a Fair Isle color work thing, at the beginning of February for Designs by Vanessa, my color work was like sinking into the background because I had it too tight, and so I'm thinking maybe using a bigger yarn, it won't do that as much. I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited about that. Oh, you know what? Let's backtrack a little bit. I do have another work in progress. I have, I started Turney, my husband, I started his rye sock, except we're not doing the rye pattern. It'll just be a vanilla, but because I've never made a sock this large, I'm using their kind of, I don't know what you call it, numbers, I guess, as a guide. I don't have very much. Right now, there's only 68 stitches on the needles, because I wasn't sure if I should do a full 72, but I think I'm going to. So that's all I have of that so far. And the yarn I'm using is Valley Yarns by Webs. I got this last year. These socks were gonna be for his birthday last year, but I didn't know how to knit socks at the time. So they never got made, and then I was gonna do them for Christmas, and they never got finished. So I'm hoping they will be ready for his birthday this year. And it's his favorite color, so it's kind of a really pretty royal blue. And again, it is Valley Yarns by Webs, and I am using my Chiagu Twist shorties, and I decided to leave them in the bag because it comes with everything that's supposed to be included, so in case I ever lose anything, I know it's supposed to be there. So the last thing I have is a sort of acquisition. It was from a giveaway I won from the Carla Knits podcast. She hosted a Holly Jolly make-along from, I want to say, November to January or so. So I've had this for a little while, but I have not shown it yet. But the first thing that I won is this adorable stitch marker. And it was a holly jolly make along for the winter time and holidays, but I will be using that year round. In fact, I'll use all Christmas things year round. It doesn't matter to me. It helps me keep the Christmas spirit year round. It's my absolute favorite time of year, so I really enjoy it. So the next thing was a knitting needle case, and it has these cute little Christmas type decor on the fabric. Super, super cute. So I'm excited to use my circular needles in that. So the last thing I have is just a little chatter. I don't usually include anything personal in it, and I'm still not going to, but I do think that just a couple of things that I want to start including. I used to really enjoy reading, and I have not done that, to be honest, since I started crocheting in 2015, 16, something like that. I think it was 2015, because that kind of ends up taking over. But I really would look, I've got hundreds of books on my Kindle, like free books on my Kindle that I have downloaded and I've never read. And I would like to start including that. And I think at the end of each podcast, I might include just a little thing of what I read. I haven't done it yet, but I would like to start including that. The other thing is I was watching, one thing throughout my life is I have enjoyed true crime. I don't get too much into it, but it was really just to the extent of like watching Dateline and 48 Hours Mystery and the ID Discovery Channel. One of my favorites is See No Evil, where they catch the criminals or whatever on, it's all caught on video. I really like those. But of course, with little lady always around me, I don't want to watch anything like that and have her exposed to it. But last night I was watching the replay of Murder Knits. She talks a lot about true crime things that she has watched, and I always enjoy hearing those. Last night she was talking about, she watched one on, I think it was called Mile Higher Podcast or Mile High Podcast, something like that. I can't remember. I've already subscribed to it, so I don't need to know the name of it anymore. But anyway, they did a deep dive with Stephanie Harlow into, which I have no idea who that is because I don't watch true crime podcast, but I want to start into John Benet Ramsey. And that intrigued me when Murder Knits started talking about it, because I can remember that so vividly, like being a teenager and traveling to see my mom and hearing about it on the news. And so that kind of intrigued me. I'm not very far into it yet, but just some true crime that I am interested in and we'll be watching. So that is all for this episode. If there are any projects you would like to see from me, please leave me a comment down below. And also, if you have stayed with me this long, thank you so much. If you are a new viewer, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Brittany. I like to crochet and knit. Hopefully this year I'll get into some sewing. But also, if you are a subscriber and keep coming back, thank you so much. It means so much to me. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And I would like to, this year, reach 500 subscribers. So that is my goal. I don't know really how to do that yet, but it's a goal. So if you want to share this video with anyone that you think may also like podcasts, I hope you will consider doing that. And that does it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.